Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. Another Saturday night, which can only mean one thing, another evening of ring calf for you guys. So it's another 2-hour session-ish. We usually get about 4 races in for that one. It's 3-lap races here at Nurburgring Nordschliefe, GT3 cars, anything you want. But the PP limit is set to 750, so anything outside of that, obviously it's not going to allow you to enter, but that does allow you to do a little bit of tuning on your car for those that know what they're doing. So yeah, that's pretty much the format. We start race 1 with the grid order being as, what are they called now? Sportsmanship rating and driver rating. You whatever that is. Top at the top, you get to start at the front, but that's only for race 1. Stickers still available, people. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of those. If you don't bother. Oh, I've not meant to press that at all because I haven't got any t-shirts left. You lot missed out. So, evening, how are we all doing? Let me put some sound on for you guys. There we go. So here we are, Nordschleife again for another night of ring calf. Who've we got in the room tonight? We have got a GR3 SP Mart, Potkind Vectra, Bondo, we've got an Ace Killer, we've got a Jorveta, we've got a Marty 2020 Singularis, Flow 1982, and a Witty 03 so far. So if you look at the drivers on that right hand side, you'll see they've all got sort of letters assigned next to their flags. Right at the top there it's A and S, and then at the bottom it's a D and a C, and obviously A is better than D, so Mark gets to start at the front, and I assume he's racked up more points in terms of his A rating and his S rating over Potkind, etc. So that's why he's sitting at the top. So it is going to be him that starts on pole for race 1, but then he will, well, it'll be a reverse grid of wherever they finish from then on. Again, 4 races-ish per night. Depends how long these boys faff about in between races. But yeah, we usually see about 4 races for an evening, 2 hours-ish. Okay, looks like we're about to crack on with race 1 already. So there's no points, no championship, it is just an evening of ripping around here at Nordschleife. Apologies if you can hear a little bit of jinkiness on the sound. I'm not too sure what's going on. I can hear it. It's certainly got static. I don't know why. It's coming through my headphones terribly. Let's see, where are they plugged in? If I unplug them, they just might not work. Okay, that sounds better. Alright, I've unplugged them and plugged them back in. Okay, so race 1 just about to get underway. GR3 SP Mart is going to be on pole position for this first one. Lights go on then. Oh, we've got a little false start at the background. I think that's Jorveta or somebody around there. Gets a little bit of a false start. Mark gets away well. Ace Killer gets through as well into second. So the 2 team warp speed drivers, sorry, warp systems drivers through to first and second already. Mark 2010 in 3rd place. Jorveta in 4th. Bondo 5th. Singularis in 6th place. Flow in 7th. Witty in 8th. Potkind, must have been Potkind that had the poor start. All the way at the back, a long way down, 9.7 seconds as well. So different strategies available here as well. 3-lap race, but it can mean all sorts of things in terms of strategy. So you can go for a set of hard tyres and try and save a bit of fuel throughout the race and not stop, or you can push really hard, which looks like Mart's doing here, on a set of soft tyres, maybe come in at the end of lap 1. Oh, I've got that glitchy sound back again. Maybe coming at the end of lap 1, or potentially if you've got enough life in those tyres, do that second lap, hopefully without crashing into a barrier or losing too much time, and stopping at the end of the second lap. do risk a lot at the end of that second lap. Obviously, once the tyres are all blown out from 2 laps around it here, they're certainly ready to give up. So it is Mart leading then, 3.4 seconds over this man, Ace Killer. He's being harassed by Marty 2010 in the Porsche. Oh, he's gone wide through there, Ace Killer. He's ended up catching Marty. Going to give Marty the position back. Yes, he is. Backs off the throttle. Marty had him on that turn, so he's done the right thing. He's backed off, giving that position back to Marty. He was looking to run around the outside when Ace Killer made that mistake, so he's in that position back. Although Marty does pretty much the same thing on the very next turn. Look, doesn't lose that position or come back into Ace Killer, so no harm done. Hondo in 4th then. Your Beta not too far behind him in 5th. Of course, very popular now in these leagues. Flo in the Audi R8. We've got Singularis in 7th in another Porsche. Whitty in another Porsche. Alpine Vectra, another Porsche. If you are listening, just let me know whether you can hear that glitchiness. If it gets really bad, I might have to stop the stream and restart, maybe in between races or something, I don't know. Look at the gap, Mart's pulled down 5.7 seconds. He's still in that 2nd position. Ace Killer's not managed to retake that 2nd position after his little mistake. Chasing the Porsche then. Little valley, a little map in front of me, down towards Convent Valley here. Tricky part of the circuit, very, very fast. Porsche looks like he's carrying a mile an hour or more than the BMW. Oof. Marty goes wide through there though, doesn't lose too much time. Ace Killer coming back at him, but he doesn't spin off the track and end up in the wall, so good for him. Okay, apologies, that's oh, he does that time. Commentator's curse. Okay, so what I hadn't noticed is that Mart is on the soft tyre for stint 1, hence why he's pulled a massive great gap from everybody else. Ace Killer is actually on the set of medium tyres, so obviously running a little bit slower. Let's see, there's already 2 different strategies. Bondo on the mediums. Flow on the mediums. We've got mediums on for your Beta. The same for Singularis. Marty 2010. Oh, he's gone wide through there as well. No, stay out of the barriers. Oh, he's picked up a bit of front end damage as well. Reset to track. Oh, what a kick. So yeah, Whitty's on the mediums. Mediums on for Marty and Popkind. Strangely enough, struggling on set soft here. Minute behind already. So you can see we are not even 1 lap in yet, and there's an awful lot of wear showing on those tyres for Mart up front on the BMW. Will he come in at the end of lap 1? Will he risk going for that 2nd lap? Still got a few corners to try and blow through these if that's what he's attempting to do. Look like he's driving at full throttle, not trying to back off or anything like that, or save the tyres for that 2nd lap, so could see him in at the end of this lap here. So probably beneficial thinking about it, because he's only got to take on enough fuel to fill that tank. Whereas everybody else when they come in has got to sit and wait in the pits while they fill their tank from empty pretty much. So does it benefit Mart to come in now? We'll see. 7.2 seconds ahead of this man, Ace Killer. He's also got a great big gap behind him, 5.2 seconds back to Bondo. Just see the tail lights there, the headlights, apologies. String of cars chasing Bondo down. Right, let's just see what Mart does here. He does come in. So yes, he's only got to take that half a tank of fuel on and a set of tyres. He can go for the mediums. I mean, if he wants to, he can go for a set of softs and try and brave them out for 2 laps. Ace Killer, on the other hand, on the mediums, stays out. A little bit more fuel on board as well by the time he comes in, so maybe saved a little bit. Flow's come in as well. Bondo's come through, Your Vator's come through when the camera catches up. There's Singularis. Oh, just taking on board that fuel then still. A long fill-up process. Flow with a little bit of front end damage as well. Marty's in the pits this lap, he'll get that damage repaired. Oh, we've got damage on line, looks like we might have. Damage has repaired itself. Witty's also in the pits this lap. Vectra not even at the pits yet. Long way down. Ace Killer then in the lead of this race after the pit stops at the end of lap 1. Keaton just joining the room and leaving. As you see, and we've still got an awful long time to race. 5-second lead then for Ace Killer over Bondo. Similar strategies, similar fuel, a little bit more fuel used in the BMW. Bondo glitching all over the place. Vator looking smooth through the hairpin. Checked reasonably closely by Singularis. 1.6 seconds down, so only a small mistake's going to allow Singularis to have a go at him. Mark then back out of the pits, 51.9 seconds down. Fresh set of mediums on, full tank of fuel. That's him set to the end of the race then. Witty also. Oh no, sorry, Witty. Witty, I thought you came in. You did come in. It says outlap. What have you done? Taken on board no fuel and no tyres. Did you just get damage repaired? Flow back out. Fresh set mediums, a full tank on board for him as well. So full setup for race ready. Same for Marty. Hotkind Vectra just been released now in the same position. Full set mediums, fresh set mediums and a full tank. Race leader then Ace Killer. Doing alright on those mediums, pulled a little bit more time over Bondo. Oh, gets a little tiny swap on coming out of there. Not too bad though. Just see the headlights of Bondo. 5.6 seconds behind at the moment. Okay, my strange sound glitch seems to have disappeared. I don't know what's going on there. Built-up of static or something, I don't know. Vator in third, so these boys at the front not stopped yet. They're all on the medium tyre strategy. Nobody opted to go for that long nose stopper on the hards, I think. I don't know whether that's going to, I don't know whether they've changed the lobby settings for fuel usage. I know they've changed it for filling up. Singularis then. Close that gap a little bit to Your Vator, down to a second. It was 1.6, so he's found a little bit of time somewhere, Singularis. Fast part of the course here as well, use as much of that track as possible. Over the brow, looking king to the right. Both drivers pushing it wide through there, catching a wheel on the grass, the pair of them. Through the right-hander, pressing, oh, little wobble out of there for Your Vator, the dirty tyre just catching him out. Picked it up though, into the carousel we go. 30-degree kink here as we drop in. Oh, tyres light up on the back end of Singularis and he loses a little bit of time to Your Vator. Already through to 5th. Is it Witty that's got it wrong somewhere? So Mark then on those mediums. First of the drivers to stop tonight. Whitty, again, not too sure what happened. He's on an outlap, which means he's been in the pits, but he hasn't taken on board fuel, he hasn't taken on board tyres. Possibly just getting some serious damage repaired. Flow. Set of mediums and 3/4 of a tank now. Pretty much the same for Marty. Vectra, not long out of the pits. Getting it all wrong at the start of this race somewhere. Vectra. He's Killer finding some time here then. Pulled another 2.5, but in fact more than that from Bondo. Should see Ace Killer in at the end of this lap. What's he got? 8 seconds over Bondo. That's, who would it be? Mart. So he's got 46 seconds. The gap between race leader. Oh, sorry, it's not. It's 1:01. It's 1 minute and 1 second. The gap between Mart and race leader. So Mart is the first of the drivers that stopped. Ace Killer was, what, 7 seconds behind him when Mark came in the pits. Mark was out on the faster tyre for the first stint. Ace Killer was out on those mediums, which he's still out on. He's heading towards the pits now. Not too far. So he has got to take on, he's not got to take on board a full tank. Look, he's got about 1/4 of a tank on board, so he's possibly saved a little bit of fuel somewhere. Has he got it all right tonight? Has he got the fuel saving bang on? Has he made the right tyre choice? Oh, not even on the dotting a straight yet. But it does take an awful long time to take on board that fuel. Goes down to third. Ooh, so we are getting drivers that are going for the nose stop. Porsches then not using anywhere near the same amount of fuel as the BMWs. Here comes Mart up this dotting a straight. Oh no, apologies, Ace Killer hasn't got to take on a full tank because he's only got a lap to do. So he's almost there. Half a tank on board now, gets released. Here comes Mart through these last couple of corners. Ace Killer's going to get out way ahead of him. He's on a fresh set of softs as well. Unfortunately for him, the 3 Porsches have managed to do the fuel save no stop with a set of medium tyres here. Bondo, Jorvator and Singularis. Now they might be having to do a little bit of fuel saving on this last lap, which could be making them run a bit slower, possibly giving the BMWs a bit of a chance. They are already 28 seconds up the road from the BMWs. Ace Killer pressing, but I don't know whether he's got enough to close the gap on those 3 Porsches in front. They've done something phenomenal here to save that much fuel. Has there been an update? Something changed? Bondo way out front at the minute. Might be doing a little bit of short shifting here. It does look like he's changing gear at about the 3/4 revs mark. Again, it might just be the way forward. The Porsches seem to have been the popular choice over the last few weeks. One of the updates, just fixing it. I do think they've set it up though, so the higher the horsepower, not that that makes any difference with the 750 PP, if you like, do use a little bit more fuel than the smaller engines, I think. Don't know how that quite makes it fair, but you know, it's not for for me to work out. I just chat the nonsense over the top of it. Bondo then 6 seconds lead as we hit pretty much the halfway point of the last lap here in race 1. Beta second, Singularis third. Ace Killer is closing a little bit of that time down, but it's going to be nowhere near enough. Still 21 seconds behind third place Singularis. So the BMWs have got to really work on their strategy or change something with the car setup. What that is, I have no idea. Mark then, still 16 seconds behind Ace Killer. Flow another 38 seconds back in the Audi. Big gaps here at Nord's Martin 2020, getting it all wrong early on in race 1. Put it in the wall. Just had to get that thing repaired as well. Sitting in 7th position. Hockenheim has made up a position, also getting it very wrong. So at the start of this race, he was a minute behind everybody else early on in this race, and he has actually managed to get an overtake on Whitty here. Whitty's been back in the pits, put on a bit of fuel, but he's picked up a bit of damage somewhere front and rear for him. It's going to slow him right down. Mondo confidently navigating his way around these corners. No threats from behind. 6.5 seconds the gap, 6.3 seconds, sorry. Not even seeing headlights. Oh. Got some glitching going on for sure. Teleported around this circuit. Just can't see the lights running across the Armco in the background, but nowhere near close enough to have an attack at Bondo. So medium tyres looking a little bit worse for wear now. Still have grip, but whether they catch you out at any point, put you in the barrier, is yet to be seen. I just noticed your Veta's fuel flashing red. We are just around the corner from the Dottinger straight though, so just that to go really. Plenty of fuel on Bondo. The swallowtail then back onto this Dottinger straight and just a stamp all the way down here. Is he going to open up the taps? Has he got it set to fuel save mode? His fuel gauge just flashes red there as well. Plenty of fuel on board. Yeah, I think he's got it fully open now. 171. Just over that when he comes back down the hill. .77 top then. Through Anthony's Beach into Animal Garden. Just the last corner to go then. It's a comfortable win for Bondo in race 1. Going for that no-stop strategy, it worked out. 7.7 seconds in they lead then at the end. Your Veta coming around that corner did get closed down a little bit by Singularis. That got down to 2.9 seconds by the time they crossed the line. So Singularis third. Ace Killer did close that gap down, but it's still 11, nearly 12 seconds. And he's out of fuel as he comes rolling across the line, creeping up there. Mott as well lost a bit of time to Ace Killer. The gap was 16 seconds, so he's pretty much doubled that up to 34 and a half. Maybe had to do a little bit of fuel saving himself. Worried he was going to run out. Just coasting up these back few corners. Nobody behind him though. Save that little bit of fuel for race 2. Maybe he's going to leave some in the tank to be dipped to make sure he wasn't cheating. 5th place then for DIA 3SP Mart. We have Flow kicking up the sparks then from the Audi. Last few corners to go for him as well. 6th place, oof. With a bit of a twitch. Sixth place for him. We've still got a lot of drivers a long way down. Seventh place for Marty 2010. He is also out of fuel. Kind Vectra and Witty a minute behind. Still got the whole of the Dottinger straight to go. Might not even see either of those two cross the line. Yeah, you mate, the BMWs. Sorry, the three Porsches in front of you didn't stop. Not that I saw anyway, unless they just came in for a little bit of fuel, but I didn't see them stop. So I don't know how you're going to beat them. Bondo then on the top spot for race 1. See if they change it up for race 2. So it is going to be reverse grid. So that puts Bondo at the back. We have got, I was going to say, we've just lost a driver and gained a driver. So we've lost Flo, maybe back, and we've gained a Nick RTM. Another Porsche. Just going to be a Porsche race, isn't it? It's just going to be Porsches. Okay, so next race is going to start at 33 minutes past. 6 minutes of waffling. Oh, blimey. Not here next week. Your beast's coming out again. You know what? I know what's going on. I know why all my stuff was playing up. Because I got pop-ups open. I didn't realise we're open. Interfering with stuff. Bondo, evening. What's that flavour? What on earth kind of question is that, Bondo? WhatsApp doesn't have a flavour. I don't know how to answer that question. Come on, bow your head. Look who's entered the room. Welcome, Jesus. I agree, Ace Killer, and I'm not even racing. I don't care how long you lot spend in the pits. I don't care, but yeah, it does seem like it's pretty damn long. It's like to give the Porsches the advantage. Are they cheating you out racing in the BMWs? Watts? Yeah. Yeah, I've got that bit. Oh, what's my flavour? What, of that? Or of that? Or that? What flavour's that? That's banana ice. There you go. Yeti. banana ice. That's what I'm on. Gives me a nice kick on the back of the throat. But I understand it now. You'll type in what's vape flavour. Autocorrect has gone. Floyd Knight has joined the room from the United States of America. You better have flags, guns, tanks or eagles on his car. What's he driving? He's not picked a car yet. He's not picked a car yet. What do we think? I think he's going to have Americanisms. Fair play to him. Why not? Why not? Orange menthol. There you go. You see, menthol. It's the way forward. It's the way forward. Go on, Floyd Knight. Prove me wrong. He's only an EC rating driver. Hopefully he gets on all right. Nordschleife had a bit of practice. It's a tricky one. Witty. He's left the room. One stop is the only strategy of this. Yeah, it is for the BMWs. They just can't do a no stop. It does feel like it's kind of set up more towards the Porsches than the BMWs. Maybe when you're setting the lobbies up or practicing for the lobbies and changing the settings, practicing a few cars, maybe not just the Porsche. Appreciate it, Bondo. You've helped me get through those 6 minutes chatting about vapes and trying to figure out your question. Okay, so we are around the corner. Let's give the United States of America a little hello. Come on, get on my YouTube. Pow. Well, just around the corner from race 2. So lost a couple of drivers. Gained a couple of drivers. So Nick RTM, Jesus. Apologies. I won't be doing that during the race because I'll have to put my controller down every time. That's not going to work. And Floyd Knight has joined the room, so 3 new drivers. Good luck all, that's the way. We're a minute late. Never would have happened with Mattis in charge. Mattis ran it perfectly to the second. Slacking Vectra. Okay, El Holy One starts on the front row of the grid. Hopefully, uses all his powers to get through there cleanly. So lights go on then. Race 2 just about to get underway. Lights go green now then. Good start at the back. Is that your Vatal? A good start in the Porsche. Is Jesus gets through turn 1 cleanly. Nick RTM through as well in second. Vectra in third, Art in fourth. The American not tick his tick, is he not in the race? Monty in fifth, Ace Killer in sixth, Singular is seventh, Will Beta eighth, oh no, he's there, Bondo ninth, Floyd Knight in 10th. What? Yeah. So you've ruined my livery because you've covered in anime, and you're on intermediates. That's a random choice. Jesus then. On that soft tyre strategy as well, seeing if he can do the long run. Mark then on that soft tyre, battles his way through the Porsches, gets past those into second, and then come the Porsches on that medium tyre strategy. Popkind in third, Ace Killer on the mediums as well. This is his strategy in race 1 as well, rather than the softs. Singularis in 5th. It was your Beta that had a decent start in 6th. Hondo 7th, not too far off the back either. Starting from the back. Nick RTM dropped all the way to 8th. Unfortunately, a little bit of rear end damage on the back end of his car. Marty in 9th, not too far behind him. 2.2 seconds back at Floyd Knight. What were you thinking with those tyres? What were you thinking? Can't even stop. Look, that's I can't see Floyd stopping in this race for too long. So your Veta then leading, but Mart has managed to get through the pack on that soft tyre in the BMW. He is now chasing down the lead. Popkind under all sorts of pressure from an Ace Killer here. Ace Killer in the BMW looking for a way past. Carries the speed. Vectra's carried far too much speed into that turn. Gotta be fair through here. Popkind, nothing he could do. He pushed a little bit hard in some of those turns just while trying to defend from Ace Killer. Ace Killer saw the mistake, got himself up the inside. There's nothing that Vectra could do. Fight back though. Ace Killer now. Oh, Ace Killer pushes it too hard through that next turn, trying to get away. Gives it straight back to Vectra. Now being close down by Singularis, Jorveta and Bondo here. Again, these Porsches. Going for that no stop strategy. So Jesus in that Porsche leading. Mart still not been able to close that gap with too much. 3.3 seconds, maybe a 10th. He's managed to take out of Jesus. Why do people join the race just after we start that one? Popkind then in third and holds on to that position. He's Killer in the meantime is looking to chase him down and regain that after making the move on him and then making a mistake straight after. Then have a Singularis, Jorveta and Bondo in these Porsches. And for very different strategies. Just don't seem to use anywhere near as much fuel as the BMWs. Maybe that's just down to strategy, maybe they're just not giving it full throttle around some of these corners, maybe they don't have to. Marty then into 8th past Nick RTM. Not too far off the back of the other Porsches in front as well. What is he? Just 2.6 seconds back. Nick RTM. He's found himself with a half a second penalty here. Oh, what was that? Floyd Knight. Unfortunately, he's now broken his indicator. He's on a set of intermediate tyres and he's a minute behind anybody else on circuit. So Jesus in the Porsche then. Maybe not knowing about the no-stop strategy with the Porsches. Looks like Ace Killer's going for that strat as well. See whether he can manage to back off the throttle. I know what he's like. He's a bit heavy-footed. Okay, Nick RTM has left the room. Unfortunately, that's the problem. Drivers you know, they don't end up racing with anybody and they get fed up and they leave. So DIA 3SP Mark then trying to close that gap down on Jesus in front. Both of these drivers on that soft tyre, so not going for the no stop strategy. Fortunately, they are very, very close to the drivers behind. When in race 1, Mart had taken the lead and he got to the pits with a 7-second lead from everybody else. But the refueling is just so slow and the Porsche is not stopping. Obviously, they're saving all that time in the pits. It's Killer now though, close enough to Potkind to have a go back at him for that third position. A little bit of bump drafting to start with, just to help them both along this circuit, drag them away from Singularis, Jorveta, Marty. They're all changing position as well, coming up this Dottinger straight. This Killer now goes for the move on Vectra. Jesus in the pits this lap. Mart stays out. Oof. Potkind gets the back end all over the place. Marty's come in as well. So Mart has stopped out on the softs. They've got 4.4 seconds lead over Ace Killer. Everybody else behind him now is on the medium tyre. Well, except Floyd Knight, if he's still in the room, because he's on a set of intermediates. Everybody else on a set of mediums in the Porsches. Now what's Jesus going to do? He's gone for a fresh set of softs here. Marty's in as well. He's opting for the softs. Floyd Knight, oh, still miles away from the pits. I can imagine he's fuming with himself starting on set of inters. Okay, the softs not working as well as Mart would like here. We've got Ace Killer actually made up a little bit of time on Mart. Again, that's the problem with these soft tyres. By the end of the second lap, they are absolutely blown out, offer very little grip, and can just let go zero warning, and it can spell the end of your race. As the mediums, plenty of life left on those. Can push as hard as he wants. Just got to look at saving that little bit of fuel and go, if he's going for that no stop strategy. Oh, Potkind off track through there. Gets back on track. Everybody else peels past him though, so Singularis, Jorveta, Bondo will get past Potkind. He has found himself with a little bit of damage. Jesus back out the pits. Oh, he's gone for medium tyres, okay. He's a long way down. Full tank of fuel as well. That's him set up to the end of the race. He's 57 seconds behind race leader. 51 seconds behind Potkind, the closest driver. There's Marty out on his own. 29 seconds in front to Jesus. 2 minutes 56 back to Floyd, unfortunately, with that dreadful mistake coming out of the pits on a set of inters. Don't do that. Maintaining that 3.4 second lead currently over Ace Killer. Unfortunately, got this gaggle of Porsches closing up on them as well. Board at the back of this little fight then, on board with Bondo, Jorveta in front. Singularis. Jorveta gets out of the way for Bondo, sees he's a little bit quicker. Singularis a nudge jam the track on this particular part of the circuit. Sends them all flying a lot closer towards Ace Killer. Look at them still nose to tail pretty much. They all are. Look, there is race leader just coming out of the carousel. Very close together. Unfortunately, that could mean that any chance of Mark getting on the podium tonight is going to be thrown in the bin. Well, for this race especially. He's still got a pit. There's no way he can do another lap on those soft tyres. And he has now got an ace killer just a second behind him. That big pile of Porsches chasing the pair of these two down. Again, the Porsches just seem to be set up so much better here at Nordschleife. Again, I think the lobby hosts and everyone that takes part in the practice lobbies all drive the Porsches, so it's kind of optimised really for the Porsche setup. See Ace Killer just itching for a way past now, having to brake a little bit earlier, almost catching him out, nearly taking out Martin in certain parts of the circuit. Right there with him. Drivers join in, but whether they stick around or not till the end of the race, wobble on there for Ace Killer, but look at him closing up on Mar here. Does he go for it? Gives him a little push down the circuit, nowhere for him to overtake on this particular part of the track. So it just helps Mart out, it also helps Ace Killer out as it just drags the pair of them further away from the Porsches. Through the mini carousel up towards Swallowtail. Again, just a little, almost a little help around that turn. You are going to see Ace Killer just swarm past Mart in a second. Yes, they do work together. They are working together. Ace Killer then gives Mart a little nudge. The Porsches are closing up as well. They're within slipstream distance. Look how quick they're closing up. Even with the bump draft, these two not getting away from the Porsches. Look how quick they're closing up on Mart and overtaking. Still really a threat to Ace Killer here. It's only going to be Mart that comes in the pits here, I think. Stays out. Yeah, Mart's had to come in the pits, unfortunately. It's dropped him out of the front runners. Singularis into second, then Your Beta third, Bondo fourth. Mart in that pit. Tyres absolutely gone. Plenty of fuel on board, but tyres are gone. Oh no, needs fuel as well. Popkind just comes around that final corner to start his final lap. Mart still in the pits. Jesus in seventh. Again, looks like stopping in the pits is just destroying people's races. Marty in 8th. Oh yeah, we have lost Floyd, whatever his name was. George Floyd was his name? George Floyd? What was his name? Why do I want to say George Floyd? Well, he's left anyway. Ace Killer leading then on that medium strategy. Now, I don't know, yeah, maybe Mark could have got away with fuel. I think he has. He's dropped out in 6th position. Behind Hotkind, Vectra. Ace Killer then got a little bit less fuel on board than Singularis behind him. Might be doing a little bit of fuel saving on this last lap then. Bondo, well, looking good on fuel. Your Bait has found himself with a half a second penalty he's got to lose on that back straight. He's got the rest of the circuit to go where he can just cling on to these boys here before he has to drop that penalty. Potkind then in 5th. Mark just 3 seconds behind him. Fresh set of socks to play with. He can make those work, but I don't know whether he's going to be able to close up on those top 4 before the end of this race on that fresh set of tyres. Jesus in 7th, 21 seconds behind Mart, 25 seconds ahead of this man here, Marty 2010. That's a bit of a mouthful. Look at these Porsche is ganging up on the BMW now. Oh, Bondo and your Vator have fallen off a tiny little bit. I'm sure it won't take you long to get themselves back involved. The question is, can the BMW fend off these Porsches? And even if he does, once he gets onto that Dottinger straight, they're so quick. I don't know whether he's got the top end power to fend them off before the line. All of them have just got to be so careful on fuel, the BMW especially just drops below that quarter of a tank mark, whereas the Porsches are just sitting at the quarter of a tank mark. Still pulling a little bit of a gap from Bondo and your Vator. Still just getting a toe off of Ace Killer down here as well. It's a little bit deep there, Singularis, couple of wheels on the grass. Themselves off. He's managed to stick with Ace Killer on the right hander up towards the carousel. There is Bondo and your Vator still in the background. Away we go again then. A few more corners to go then before the dotting up. And then it's going to be a drag race to the finish for sure. Wide through there himself again, nowhere really for Singularis to go through at this point on the circuit. That compromising possibly both of their laps. There is Bondo. They managed to drop your Vator a tiny bit then, so Bondo's managed to claw that time back on Singularis. Could be a three-way fight here for the lead when we come onto that back straight. For the Porsches to go down here, not without causing some kind of calamitous accident. Ace Killer runs it a bit wide through there, gets himself back on track. Not able to take advantage through that particular section either, Singularis. Again, closing up on the BMW. Has the BMW got his taps all the way open though, or is he still in fuel saving mode? Had him there as well. It's all going to be about this back straight. Look at Bondo almost pushing Singularis around this circuit. Just has to back off. Now, what's going to happen here? Ace Killer. Oh, Singularis risks it a little bit too much through there, so he does just manage to stick with the slipstream. Bondo right behind him as well. Now, who's going to work together? Do they even need to? Look at the speed they're carrying, 184, 185, oh! Singularis just pulls out as Bondo comes past, gets shunted up the track. 187, 188, 189 on the run down the hill. And there they go, past the BMW. Around the last couple of turns. And it's going to be a win in the bag for Singularis. Taking the win then. Bondo comes home in second. Ace Killer just having that win taken off him by the two Porsches right at the end there. Your Vator comes across the line. He takes fourth. Martin will come home in fifth. Yeah, I think the soft tyre strategy for stint one is only going to work if you're up front and you can get a hell of a drive away from everybody else. Hopkind is going to come home in sixth position. he is. We just wait for Jesus. He takes 7th. Marty will take 8th. And we did lose a couple of drivers from that one. We lost George Floyd George, whatever his name was, and RTN KLM Nick RTM, whatever his name was. Yep, they both dropped out. Jesus hasn't taken 7th then, and it's just Marty left. He's run out of fuel. He doesn't care. Smash it into the wall. There it is, race 2 done and dusted. Why did they seem longer than 3 laps tonight? I don't know. Didn't quite work out for you then, Ace Killer. Didn't quite work out for you. Mike, not today. He needs some milk. Has just joined the room. And an Ecro 990 and a J Caesar. Is that it? Jesus, Potkai, Marty, Mart, Ace Killer, Singularis, Yovator. Oh, Potter McPot's back in the room as well. Starting to fill up. Don't forget to hit that like button, people. Don't forget. 2 of you haven't forgotten. There's 8 people watching and 2 of you have not forgotten. Almost needed 2% more fuel. Yeah. No, I did notice the Porsches were sort of just completely coasting, lifting off the gas completely around some of these turns. So maybe that's the strategy. Maybe it means putting the traction control on so you're not spinning those tyres up coming out of those turns. I don't know. They changed it. 4 litres per second. Have they really? That's not what I meant to press. Oh yeah. That could change things up a little bit then. Yeah, 2 litres a second. Flipping heck, it didn't look like the fuel gauge was moving. And, you know, I thought race cars had the old ka-choom, full, right, let's go. It's all about speed, isn't it? Not let's hold them in the pits while the Porsches disappear halfway around the lap. But yeah, there we go. Another one in the bag. Singularis snatching the win from that one. Bondo almost getting in, but not quite. Not quite on that one. So what other cars have we got in then? We've got another Porsche, we have another BMW, and J Caesar has opted for his Huracan Lamborghini. Can now do a no stop. No, how? That's refueling. Makes no difference to you, Duco. Makes no difference. Because it's refueling length. Yes, no? I think you still gotta feather all your throttles and get it all right. If you're going to do the fuel saving, that 4 LPS is just filling up. I'm getting that right, aren't I? I'm thinking about that right, am I? Sure. That LPS, boom, pow, 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 pow. Yeah. It's refueling speed, nothing about usage. Fuel consumption is at ×6. Ooh. Nitrous overtaking system usage time multiplier. Who knows? There it is, Dukes. Do a one stop. Oh, I read that wrong completely. You can't do a no stop. You said you could do a stop. Why did I see a no? Where I didn't even know where I saw the no come from. But yeah, now you should be able to do a stop. Okay, so who else have we got then? Not shoot day. Oh, Whitty's back. Whitty's back. Yeah. Ooh. JCs are being called out. Oof. Don't know if you'll be happy about that. I didn't see JCs are being dirty at all. Particularly, I don't think. I don't remember his name cropping up in any kind of conversations. Ah, he's always fair, look, see? Always fair. Apparently. Oh, be fast. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, that's not good. He's just laggy. That's not good. What are you doing? Where is he? Is he out on track? No. Just the three drivers. Potter McPot. Necro. The DIA3 SP Mart's having a little rip about. Not get to see the jankiness of J Caesar yet. I'm going to stay in the lobby. I'm going to turn all the nonsense on now. It's only a minute or so away from. Oh, there's J Caesar. He's out on track now. Does he look glitchy? Doesn't look too bad there. Let's see what he's like on board. No. Seems alright. Didn't seem that janky, to be honest. I don't know why they're telling him to leave and come back in when he seems quite clean. I've seen legit drivers tonight for sure. J Caesar's left and J Caesar's come back. Okay. Getting it all wrong. So another reverse grid. All new drivers in the lobby stop from the front. Unfortunately for everybody else, that was Potter McPot at the front. Potter McPot's a pretty fast driver, so he might just make this his race. We'll see. Lights go on then for race 3. 3 laps and we are away already. 3 laps here again then at Nordschleife. J. Caesar trying to make a move around the outside of Potter McPot. So we'll slowly flick through the order and see what tyres the people have got on. Potter's on the mediums up front. We've got mediums on board for J. Caesar. Ecro is also on the mediums. Marty mediums. Hard tyres on, but not today. Not today. Oh, well, that's not helped, has it? He's put himself in the wall and he's going to be pretty much at the back of the pack by the time he's up to speed. Damage is minimal, little bit of front end wheel. He's on that hard tyre. Oh, it's caught him out again. He's put him straight into the wall. Not having a good time of it then straight away. Unfortunately, so Potts leading this one at the minute on the mediums. Just, oh, we catch J. Caesar in the gravel. Just gets that back up to speed as Marty comes up behind him. Side by side as they run down the hill. As Mart, DIA 3SP Mart to slowly close the gap, not Marty, who's in front. Vectra in 6th, Jesus in 7th, Ace Killer in 8th, Warvator in 9th, Singularis 10th, Witty in 11th, Bondo in 12th, and Not Today in 13th after a mistake and into the wall. So damage is on light, then it does repair itself. Unfortunately, it puts you a long way back. Potter McPot then, that gap come down to absolutely nothing. Ecro all over the back of him. 2 BMWs out front at the minute then. Marty, first of the Porsches in 3rd. Has now got another BMW behind him of DIA 3SP Mart in 4th. J. Caesar in that Lamborghini in 5th. Held on to that one even after a bit of gravel trapping. Jesus in 6th behind J. Caesar. Ace Killer right behind him as well, just half a second back. Oh, a little drift on there for Ace Killer. Manages to hang on to that one. So, Warvator, Singularis, bumper to bumper again. I think these boys are working together in terms of strategy, lap times. Just you stick with me, I'll stick with you. We'll keep those times, we'll keep that fuel. We'll work together. Bondo a little bit far back. He was pretty much with the other 2 drivers I've just mentioned, Singularis and Warvator, for previous race, majority of it. Way back to before he closes up on those. Potkind has found himself with half a second penalty. He's been off the track somewhere, picked up a little bit of front end damage, but repairs itself now. But it does continue with that half a second penalty. Witty looking all right at the minute. Oh, Not Today's been in the wall again. That hard tyre has properly caught him out. Oh, looks like he's forgetting to steer now. Unfortunate. Potter still leads though. Ecro's not managed to get past him. Could be strategic. He could just be sat behind Potter McPot doing a little bit. He's not doing fuel saving. I thought he was doing fuel saving. He's not doing fuel saving. Oh, Potter McPot goes a little bit deep through there. Doesn't compromise him on the next couple of corners though. Holds that lead. Second between the 2 BMWs in 1st and 2nd. With a fair old gap between themselves is now Mart. Mart has got himself through to 4th, then so it's a 3rd. So it's a BMW 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Mart just opening that gap up a little bit to Ecro behind him. Not enough to drop the toe yet though. Couple of corners to go before we drop onto that Dottinger straight. That's where you really don't want anyone too close to you. Yeah, Nice bit of feather into the throttle through there, just opens that gap up a tiny little bit more. Echo comes back at him though. Gets the gap back down to 0.6 of a second through here. Oh, and over the hill, right on his rear bumper, coming through that left-hander. Through the mini carousel up towards Swallowtail then, well within slipstream range at the minute for Echo. Good drive by both of them through there, and Echo does just manage to stay within that tow range. Whether it's enough before the end of this straight, down at 3/4 of a second then. Starts to fall a little bit now, over the top of the hill. Just about to go under the bridge. Bam. Back down the hill. Potomac Pot should maintain this lead. There's no way Echo can get back to him yet. So Potter stays out. Echo comes in this lap, so he's probably going to drop the... I don't know, he might stick with the tyres. Mark also comes in this lap, so he's going to drop the softs off. Somebody else has just ploughed into the pit wall as well, I'm sure. Marty stays out, Jesus stays out, Ace Killer stays out, Jay Caesar stays out, Your Vator stays out, Bondo stays out, Echo in, Mart in, Hotkind stays out, Sigularis stays out, Echo gets out before Mart. It's just Witty left to cross the line. So full tank, a fresh set of socks on board for Mart. Echo has got for the medium tyres and a full tank. We've got a yellow flag flesh in. There's Bondo who's been off circuit. Oh no, there's somebody else. Oh my god, this car's off everywhere. It's Vectra again. Just gets it out of the way as Mart comes through. Sorry, is that Witty? Witty's still behind him. So a little bit more damage on board for Vectra. Fortunately, just dropping a penalty as well, half a second. So Mart's opting for the soft tyre for his second stint as well. He's going to push that for the rest of the race. Again, they will be blown out by the end of lap 2, but they will be travelling a hell of a lot faster in this lap 1. Oh, Witty, we'll just see you spin around into the wall. Okay, Potomac Pot then leading this race. Big gap behind him, 8.5 seconds to Marty 2010. There was Echo behind him for lap 1. Echo came in the pits. He was literally pushing Potter around the last few turns when he decided to drop in. So that gap opens up to this man, 8.2 seconds. Jesus up into third. Ace Killer right behind him in fourth. Caesar in 5th. That does sound good. Vator in 6th. Echo comes out the pits on that fresh set of tyres. Right behind Your Vator. Singularis right behind him. Warm tyres versus fresh tyres with these four. Mart out on the pits as well. Fresh softs for him. Vectra car repaired, still holding 10th. Bondo has made that great big mistake again, drops down to 11th behind Hotkind, and he is still, oh no, he gets caught out again, makes up more damage. Still second penalty he's got to drop as well. Witty also finds himself with a little half a second penalty here. Pot continues to dominate here. I did say he's starting on the front, he's pretty quick. Could just make this his race. Marty certainly hasn't been able to close that gap back down. A little bit deep maybe there for Potter. Not quite catching the apex. Still 8.5 seconds ahead of Marty though. Sits at 8.5 seconds. Now they will have to stop for fuel. Potter certainly hasn't got enough in to do another lap. Marty as well certainly hasn't got enough to do another lap. Jesus potentially has, but he would almost need to be at the pits at this point. So I think he'll have to come in for fuel. Ace Killer looking to do a one stop anyway, I think. J. Caesar is going to have to stop for fuel. Ekro is ready for the rest of the race, but he has found himself with now a 1 second penalty. Batman livery all over that thing as well. Your Beta in 7th. So he has got enough fuel on to finish this race. Again, Porsches, some of the Porsches going for the no stop option. Singularis has opted for the soft tyre strategy in this race. He has gone for the medium tyre no stop. Right behind him on a set of softs, looking for a way past. Vectra on the mediums, Bondo on the mediums. Big gaps though at the back, unfortunately. So back to the front then. Potter McPott just loses half a second on those last few corners. Starts to pull it back though on the Swallowtail as he hits the Dottinger straight. 8.2 seconds the gap. Now what's the top speed of the BMW? The Porsches, some of them were sitting at 182 miles an hour. Carrying a bit more speed, I think, the Porsches. Not this one. 76. Jesus, being pushed down the circuit by Ace Killer. I can imagine Ace Killer's about to go for a right hand move. No, decides against it. They are all going to have to come in. Potter in now then. Marty also in. Jesus hard on the brakes. Ace Killer right behind him. Into the pits for him. Ace Killer in, J. Caesar in. Ekro has already stopped. Managed to get the jump on DIA 3SP Martin that pit stop as well. Sorry, it wasn't, was it? No, it wasn't. It was, he was behind Potter McPott, wasn't he? There is Potter. Gets released now. Where is Ekro? Does come out ahead of Ekro. Fresh set of tyres on board for Potter McPott as well. Fresh set of softs, 2.3 seconds lead when he exits the pits. Plenty of fuel on board as well. Ekro on that semi-worn set of medium tyres. Beta not stopped in the Porsche. Mart stopped on lap 1, now on here. Oh, he's pushed too hard through there. Bit of damage for him now, unfortunately. Sitting in 4th, whether he can hold on to that one before the end. Oof. Car's twitching all over the place until that's repaired. He's running to the end of Ace Killer. Fresh set of softs, half a tank of fuel. Fresh set of softs, half a tank of fuel to Jesus. Marty, far too much fuel and fresh set of softs. Caesar, fresh set of softs, maybe over fueled a little bit as well. Oh no, Vectra's crashed into the pit wall and it's resetting to track, I think. I think that's what's happened to Vectra. He's out of fuel. Plenty of life left in those tyres for the rest of this race, but he's going to slowly but surely see a Singularis, a Bondo, a Witty all come past him, even though Whitty's 37 seconds behind and only just entering the pits. He will overtake Potkind, unfortunately. Pot then extends that lead on that softer tyre to 4 seconds up front. One-stop strategy definitely working now then. So Nurburgring, the first of the Porsches, no stopping for him. Being closed by a DIA 3SP Mart on semi-worn softs. A lap and a half old, the softs he's on. Should last him to the end. Oh no, there goes Nurburgring. Medium tyres just caught him out. He's ended up with a bit of damage and a penalty there. Gets overtaken by DIA 3SP Mart, Ace Killer, and Jesus comes through. Later, still having a bit of a wobble on then with that damage to the front end. Again, it will repair itself, but the whole time he looked a little bit slow. Now being chased down by Martin 2010 here. Still got half a second penalty to lose as well with Nurburgring in front. There's a few drivers that picked up penalties in tonight's race. Marty looking for the overtake already, get it done on a decent bit of the circuit. So Nurburgring down to 7th then. J. Caesar down to 8th. Singularis 9th, Bondo 10th. Whitty in 11th. That looks like we've lost Petro from this one. He's decided to dip out. Certainly not going to be overtaken by Whitty. Potter then absolutely pressing. Plenty of life in those tyres, plenty of fuel, 6.3 seconds lead. Necro in 2nd. There is Ace Killer, who has managed to overtake Mart. So Mart on that worn set of softs. I'm going to catch him out before the end of this race. Being pressured down by Jesus up the hill towards the carousel. Into the carousel. Tyres just about got enough grip to hold him into that. He stays ahead of Jesus, stays ahead of Marty. Those tyres are looking a lot worse for wear. Jesus looking for a way past him. Almost leaves the door open for him there, but Jesus not making the most of it. Oh, I thought he was going to go for it through there as well. He almost did, had to back off. How you two didn't collide through there. No, the tyres give up on Mart. Gets it back on track, but that's 2 positions he loses there. Then Jesus gets past, Marty 2010 gets past. And they both nearly muff it up as well on the very next turn. Starting to look good for a win for Potter McPot. 7 seconds lead. Echo pressured him for the first lap, but once they'd come in the pits, Potter was just able to stretch that lead up out front, get himself far enough ahead. He wasn't battling anyone, so he wasn't blowing his tyres out, he wasn't using excess fuel. Dropped himself in the pits at the end of lap 2. Here he is, out front. Managed to get 2.5 seconds over Ekro when he did come out of the pits, and he's only extended due to that faster tyre 7.3 seconds. Here is Ace Killer all over the back of Ekro. What's the mile-an-hour difference? I know they're the same, but Lord, so going full chat here then. Oh no, he might not be, he might be out of fuel saving mode, because he is just about to run out of fuel here, Ekro. That's it, he's out. He's out of fuel. He's going to have a big pile of drivers swarming up behind him now. Look, coming up to these last few turns. Pow! Through go the Porsches. Oh no, that's caught Jesus right out. That has him out properly, just having to take that slightly different line through there to avoid Ekro. He's dipped a wheel on the curve, coming in at those speeds, and it's absolutely caught him out. Into the wall he goes. Potter McPot then taking the win. 7, nearly 8 seconds by the end of it. Ace Killer coming home in second position. Marty taking third. Ekro fourth by the skin of his teeth. Mark was right behind him in fifth. Your Beta sixth. Jay Caesar in seventh. Jesus in eighth. Simularis just around that final corner. He's going to come home in ninth. Bondo going to take 10th. Unfortunately, we're going to not witness Whitty cross the line again. But it's going to be a good gauge of his progress, isn't it? Bondo takes 10th then. We still wait for Whitty. So yeah, Whitty, again, I'll say it every week, Whitty turns up. He almost ends up last every week in every race, but he sticks it out. And that's the only way you get to learn. Admittedly, it'd be nice if he had other drivers to race with or follow, so he could see their lines and that sort of stuff. Because look, that's the mini carousel. Totally the wrong line on the way into that. Completely caught him out on the way out. But he's sticking with it. He's not quitting. And I've got to give him props for that. Just that alone. Come on, Whitty. Oh no, didn't get to see him finish a race. But one day, we're going to see him finish a race. Potter McPot then with the Blanc Pain livery on his overall, taking race 3 win tonight. Got one more race left to play with. Who else have we got in the room then since? Gabrielle PX, Pedro Multix and Battle Beans. Interesting. Interesting names. Pedro Multix. Okay, just lost a Mart. So yeah, just one more race left for you guys tonight. That fuel pump was much faster. Yep, there you go. There you go. Did seem to be a little bit fairer in that one. Obviously, maybe not the fact that Potter was at the front, maybe. That might have been a little bit to his advantage. Okay, 5 minutes until the next race then. What cars are we choosing? So Pedro Motix has picked BMW. Tahoe 1995. Okay. Battle Beans is gone. What's Tahoe 1995 going to turn up with? Don't forget to hit that like button, people. I know you're not doing anything at the minute. Got time to hit that like button. Come on, I'm refreshing. Oh, still at 2. Racists, you lot. Or sexists, or something like that. Did you pick a car? Come on, Tahoe. he's got one. Oh, he's gone for the Alpha 4C. Fair enough. That thing might look absolutely tiny on track compared to the Porsches and the BMWs, the Lamborghinis. Gabriel's gone for a Lamborghini as well. Ecro's sticking with his BMW. Losing your Veta from this race as well. They're coming and a going. So we've still got 13 drivers for the last race, unless anybody else leaves or joins. So no ring calf next week, okay? Nothing next week. The beast, she's coming out again. Got to go test out Bike Park Wales this time. So we've done Revolution Bike Park twice. We've done Dovey Bike Park once. We're going to test out Bike Park Wales as well, and then decide which one we want to spend our money at more often than not. Your Veta's back in the room. Okay. Interesting. Does he think that's going to get him at the start of the grid? I think Vectra might be aware of him previously. Maybe. Don't think you're going to get away with that one, Mr. Veta. Your father. You're not my dad, my friend. Could be. But you're not. What on earth does that say? Symptinel. Why? Service. That means nothing to me. Sounds like Harry Potter speak. That does. Right, Whitty, come on. Finish a race tonight. Last chance tonight. We're all behind you. I want to see Whitty finish a race. Or at least see him like near the finish line, you know, slowly progressing around the track to be nearer the finish line when the lobby shuts. Or finish a race, or not finish last. We'll just watch that slow progression through to Whitty becoming awesome at this game if he sticks with it. Come on, Whitty. Come on, Whitty. Who's going to win this last race? Well, I don't know. I don't know these new drivers coming in. Ecro's looking pretty fast, but he's going to be mid-pack, near the back somewhere. Last race. What flavour ice cream have I got? I haven't got any ice cream because we didn't go shopping today because I fixed the car instead. Who's going to win? Pot's going to be at the back. He's killer midfield. I don't know. Put my money on Bondo. Just Bondo. I don't know where he is on the field, in the pack. Where is he? Oh yeah, Bondo's fourth. Bondo could win this because Gabriel, Tahoe and Pedro Motix are new to the lobby, so whether they're any good, I'm not doubting their skills, but they've not raced here before, not with us anyway, so we've no idea on their skills. Lights go on then, final race about to get underway. Boom, here we go. Oh, Pedro Motix is stuck on the line. Has he actually finally managed to move forward? I think he has slowly. It is Gabriel PX that has held the lead. Tahoe in the little Alpha 4C stays second. Bondo into third already. Singularis fourth. Pedro Motix finally waking up. We've got a car backwards in the background. Pedro Motix finally waking up, losing 2 positions off the grid, down to 5th. There was Jesus in 6th. Encro 7th. Oh, there's contact. Pedro Motix getting that corner wrong. Just getting clipped by a couple of drivers as he re-entered the track. Drops down to 7th. Marty now right behind him. Ace Killer in 9th behind him. Potter McPot up to 10th. Your Vater in 11th, Potkind in 12th, Whitty in 13th, J Caesar 14th. Come on, Whitty. Forget all these fools. Oh, Bondo going for the lead then. He's passed. Through he goes. Bondo making that work very easily. Into the hairpin they go. Oh, Gabriel's gone too hot into that. He's got to be careful rejoining the track as well with everybody else coming through. Looks like a few drivers off. Tahoe, I think, is off in the background as well now then. So Singularis into second. Tahoe, no, it wasn't Tahoe. Tahoe in third. He holds on to that one. Jesus fourth. Ecro fifth. Marty sixth. Ace Killer in seventh. Potter McPot in eighth. Gabriel in ninth. So Gabriel went off track at the hairpin. So did Potkind. It was it was Pedro Motix, I think, that went off there, and then we just see your Vater getting it all wrong in the Porsche. J Caesar closing up with him in 12th, Whitty in 13th. Come on, Whitty! Pedro Motix in 13th. We've already lost to Gabriel. Pedro Motix, right, regardless of how crap you drive, stay in the room. Right, crash into all the walls, just do 3 laps and let Whitty finish 11th. Bondo then, as stated, now leading the race on that soft tyre strategy as well. 3.5 seconds ahead of Singularis now in the Porsche. So he's on the medium tyre strategy. Looking to go for the no stop option here. Jesus, maybe looking to do the same thing. Crow's gone for the mediums in stint 1 in the BMW. Marty mediums as well for his first stint. Ace Killer is on the medium tyres. Potter, I think, made a mistake somewhere, so he was right on the rear end of Ace Killer, but he's now 2.1 seconds behind. A little mistake somewhere, I think. Close that gap back up. Your Vater, we saw spinning around earlier in 8th. J Caesar not too far behind him, 2.8 seconds back in 9th. Potkind another 2.5 seconds back in 10th. Whitty in 11th. Pedro Motix slowly chopping that time down between him. It was 5 seconds between him and Whitty. It's down to 1.6, 1.5. So Jesus has got himself past Singularis. He's making those mediums work. He is actually closing up on Bondo. Gap in a second. Bondo's been in the wall though. He's been off track and picked up a little bit of front end damage. That will repair itself. There you go. It does repair itself now. That will allow that Porsche to get back up to full race pace on those softs. And he should be able to pull a little bit of a gap back away from Jesus. Not a guarantee. Jesus probably using all the powers of, you know, the 3 Spirit thing, the Son, the Father, and the Holy Ghost, to propel his way around this circuit. Bondo is just making little tiny chops out of that time, just stretching it open a little bit. We've got a battle in the background as well. Ecro looking for third. Oh no, he's not anymore. The commentator's curse kicks in. And the second eventually namely spins off into the wall. So Ecro was having a battle for third with Singularis. Singularis is now having a battle with himself. Marty in fourth. Ace Killer still hunting him down in fifth. Bottom of pot, not been able to close that 2-second deficit down. Necro back on track now. A little bit of front end damage. Caused him to run a tiny bit slow and a little bit janky for a few seconds. That car is repaired now. Now we can push and try and get back up to speed. 5 seconds behind Bottom of pot. 4 seconds ahead of this man though, your Vater in the Porsche. He's already been around in circles himself. J. Caesar in 9th. Hopkind Vectra 10th. Reasonably big gaps back here. Whitty still in 11th. Petromotics just a second behind him in that BMW. Oh, Whitty getting caught out through there. It's good that he sticks the brakes on, doesn't get the throttle going, which is what a lot of drivers do. Put the throttle down as soon as they hit the gravel to try and press their way through it, and it just makes these cars spin around. Come on, Whitty! Bondo, what's he going to do? In the pits he goes. Jesus stays out, looking like he's going for the no-stop strategy. Don't know whether he's got enough fuel on board. I don't think he has. Probably going to stop at the end of lap 2 then. Singularis stays out. Marty stays out. Ace Killer stays out. Pot stays out. Necro stays out. Your Vater stays out. Come on, camera. Jesus stays out. Hopkind stays out. So it is only Bondo that stopped in the minute. Pedro towards the pits. Is he going to stop now? He does. Stops this lap. What's Whitty going to do? He's got enough fuel and tyres that he can continue. Looking like he might be going for the no stop here, Whitty. So with Bondo entering the pits, Jesus takes the lead of the race. 4 seconds over Singularis. Medium tyre on board for him. He will have to stop at the end of this lap. I fixed it too. I just got mine to do the hard bits. Good at the minute then for Jesus. Fastest lap on the board for him as well at the minute, 6:35. A little bit of time over Singularis as well, 4.4 seconds. Medium tyres seem to be working very well on the Porsches. Ace Killer just sticking right there with them as well. Bottom of pot has managed to close that gap down to the driver in front, also on that medium tyre. 2.2 is now at 1.2 seconds. As well, getting it wrong early on, ended up in the wall, bit of damage. Sitting in the 6th position, starting to take a little bit of time out of Potter. Your Vater then being harassed by J. Caesar in the Lamborghini. Oh no! Your Vater's got it wrong. He's stuck the throttle down a little bit too hard coming out of that turn. It's lit the rears up, put him in the wall unfortunately. And now's J. Caesar just to take that position off him. A little bit of damage on the front end of your Vater's car again. It will repair itself. So Bondo out the pits now. Fresh set of tyres. Full tank of fuel. He can run to the end of the race. This is who I had my money on for race win, so we'll keep an eye on that. Hopkind in 10th. Oh no, we find Whitty backwards. But he is still ahead of this man, but this man has stopped. Whitty, get back on the track. No, Whitty, no. Whitty, stop it. Show off. Jesus then. Pressing hard in the Porsche up front. 6.3 seconds lead currently over Singularis. Will have to stop at the end of this lap. As will Singularis. As will Marty right behind him. It's Killer. And the Potterman Pot as well. Ecro will have to stop. JC's will have to stop. And Will Vater, I think, will be the first of the non-stop drivers to come through. I've seen him backwards once or twice, so he's a long way down at the minute from the front runners. Still getting a little bit twitchy in that Porsche as well. So Bondo in 9th. Again, coming to the end of the race now. He is 33 seconds behind race leader. And I can imagine they're all going to stick a set of soft tyres on for that last lap. Hopefully Bondo can close the gap enough to get himself through and past those guys entering the pits and get himself back into the lead of the race. Whitty in 11th, but being closed up again by Petromotics. Clean overtake here. You see, that's what happens. You've got to pick your time there, Petro. Because you just push yourself offline, you know. Whitty's racing as well. He's perfectly within his rights to stay exactly where he is. Hasn't got to let you go through. So you've just got to make it work somewhere. Unfortunately, when drivers get this close, they get agitated enough, it can end up wrecking both drivers' races. As you know, Petromotics might just see an opportunity, just stay off the brakes, sling one up the inside as Whitty's turning in, and then before you know it, they both ended up with damage. They both spun off track. Whitty does go a little bit wide through there, loses traction, allows Petro to go through. He does drop to the back of the pack. Jesus in the pits now then. Marty follows him in. Singularis follows him in. Potter and Ace Killer come in. Oh no, Ace Killer's got it all wrong. That could be his race over. Oh, he's lucky. He's so lucky he's got in. Chase Caesar will come in the pits then. Later might be going for the no stop, but here comes Bondo. Vater stops out. Jesus just exits the pits. Oh, just in front of Bondo. Just in front of Bondo. And I can imagine Jesus, yes. Oh no, sorry. Jesus has gone for a fresh set of medium tyres. He does just get out in front of Bondo. And that could be all she wrote if Jesus can just keep it in front of him. To chase down that man, your Vater. So his medium's looking pretty badly worn. Plenty of fuel on board, obviously nowhere near as much as Jesus as he's just come out of pits. His tyres looking fresh and brand new. Bondo's tyres looking phenomenal because he's only done 1 and a teeny bit laps on him. And plenty of fuel on. So second and third can really press these cars then, where I think your Vater might just be doing a little bit of fuel saving. He's got to watch those tyres don't catch him out as well. Who's it going to be? Your Vater, Jesus or Bondo? It's a bad exit through there. Jesus just fires that Porsche past him. Bondo closes up, but it's not enough before they get to the bottom of the foxhole. Through the compression, big pile of sparks come out the back of all these cars. Your Vater holding on to that second. I think we are going to see Bondo get past him at some point, just due to the tyre wear and fuel situation. Mistakes like that are going to cost him. All that time, Jesus is just going to be stretching those legs up front. You can see how much he's already pulling away here. Already stretched it past. Oh no, he's just yo-yoed it back. So he just stretched it outside of slipstream range. Bondo all over the back of him. Just looking for that opportunity to get past your beta. Nowhere to go through here. Again, not without a mistake. A little bit of threat coming up behind. Bottom of Pop Singularis not too far behind him. Ace Killer, oh sorry, Ace Killer's muffed it up somewhere. He's down in 8th. He's just been stuck behind a couple of drivers coming out of there when he's come out of the pits. Bondo then chasing down. Oh no, I think there's a tiny bit of contact between those two. Oh no. He's pushed Bondo a little bit wide, I think, coming through there. He's stuck some wheels on the grass. It spun him round. So Jesus leads then. Bondo in 2nd, 2.7 seconds behind. Singularis all over the back of him now. I think Bondo just being held up a little bit behind your beta. Was enough. Oh, Singularis into the wall. Pot's got through then into 3rd. Marty through to 4th. Singularis just trying to stay out of the way as well there. He's picked up a big pile of damage on that car. Tyres looking good, but it will run a bit dodgy for the next few turns. He's got an Ace Killer closing up on him as well. Banked corner, your beta down to 7th then. Those tyres really letting him down. Again, it's a hard ask to go a no stop here at Nordschleife. Your tyres are absolutely crying out to be changed by the end of it. Jay Caesar then in 8th. Through the carousel himself. 6 seconds behind your beta, but I think with those tyres he'll probably close that gap up before the end of the race. In 9th, having a bit of a lonely race really, 30 seconds plus either side. Witty, we just catch Witty. Driving off track, he's managed to stay ahead of Pedro Motix though. We'll see if that's where he finishes. So Jesus, a few more corners to go. Plenty of time behind him to Bondo. It's going to be a mistake that messes him up now, but he's been looking pretty clean all night. He's being watched over, isn't he? A 3.6 seconds lead currently. Over the brow of the hill, then down towards the mini carousel. Swallowtail then, oh, a little bit deep there for him, but not too bad, able to push still. There's a little bit of time through there, but still nowhere near close enough for a slipstream or anything like that. Unfortunately for Bondo, he is under threat. Bottom of Pop right on his tail coming up here, plenty of fuel on board for him. Using that gap up on the Porsche in 2nd. Going to be enough closing up as we come over the brow of the hill to the bridge. Ultimate Pot goes to the right hand side, carries the speed past the Porsche. Side by side still through there, but it is Ultimate Pot that gets through. Hard on the brakes between them. It's Jesus that takes race 4 win here tonight then. Ultimate Pot coming home in 2nd. Bondo is going to take 3rd, Ace Killer 4th, Singularis 5th, Marty takes 6th. Your Beta coming home in 7th. Caesar not too far. Oh, your Beta just runs out of fuel here. It's going to be Jay Caesar that takes that position off him. Jay Caesar comes home in 7th, then your Beta takes 8th. Hotkind up the back straight. Plenty of fuel left in for him. Pedro Motix has got himself past Whitty. Oh no, Whitty. Long way as well. Oh, Whitty's out of fuel. We're never going to see Whitty finish a race. You boys need to give Whitty more practice, more strategy help and stuff. Another car out of fuel. Hotkind. Thought you had enough in as well. Obviously not. Pedro Motix then. Plenty of fuel in the BMW for him. See him finish 10th? Are we going to see him? Still an awful long way to go. We're never going to see Whitty. He's out of fuel, 50 seconds behind Pedro. There's a couple of corners then for Pedders. See him finish a race. We're definitely not going to get to see Whitty cross the line. So Pedro does take 10th, and unfortunately Whitty, you poor man. We will see you finish a race. That's Vectra, Singularis, all you boys. Bondo, get him in a lobby, give him all the talk, get him around this circuit. Come on, stop faffing. Right, that is it for me. That's 4 races for you guys. That's enough for me. I'm sure that's enough for you. I'm actually back tomorrow night at 9 o'clock for the next round of the P1 Audi DTM League. So that's 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Nothing on next week. I'm away with the Beast. The Beast and I are going from Wales with a couple of the drivers out of here, funnily enough. But yes, that's it for tonight. Back again, same time, same place in 2 weeks' time. And then I'm back tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And then again in 2 weeks' time in 9 o'clock as well for that one. So that's what we've got. Nothing next week, but Saturday in 2 weeks at 8 o'clock and Sunday in 2 weeks at 9 o'clock. And obviously tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Don't forget. But that's it from me. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, click all those buttons down there, wherever they are and whatever platform you're using. Click all those buttons. Like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Most of all, what I want you to do is tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.